everybody, it's John from Retired Rider. Hope you all are doing well today. Well, it's May, and you guys know that it's Motorcycle Awareness Month, and hopefully that gives people more awareness of motorcycles. I've seen some strange things over the years, and it's been a lot of years, and I've seen some crazy stuff. So we need to be very vigilant out on the roads and make sure we're watching everybody. I swear to God, one time I was passing a person that was driving a little bit erratic, and I kind of looked over. I didn't really want to pass him, but I wanted to get away from him. So I looked over, and you would not believe it. You would not believe it. They had a newspaper spread out on the steering wheel, and as they were driving, they were reading the newspaper. No lie, I've seen it. I've seen people on their cell phone. I've seen people on their cell phone. I've seen people on their laptop sitting in the other seat with the laptop doing whatever they're doing, their work or whatever, and not paying attention to the road. I've seen some crazy stuff. And you know how people get when they're texting on their phone, talking on their phone. And what I don't understand is most cars these days, trucks, vehicles you drive, you can put your phone through your car. So you can actually drive, not have your hand on your phone, and talk all you want. And you can actually hit a button and say, you guys know this, and say, hey, text so-and-so, say what you got to say, and it'll send it. So why people actually hold their phones anymore, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. It's very dangerous. Not just for them, for us motorcyclists, it's very dangerous for us too. But yeah, I just want to put out a little video here and just, talk about a few things. This ain't what I'm going to talk about, you guys already know, but just some things that I go over to kind of refresh me, make me more aware of what's going on. Sometimes we get complacent. We're out there riding. We get a little complacent, we've been riding a lot of years, and you think, yeah, we got this, this is all under control, I know what I'm doing, and then that little thing happens that reminds you, it takes just a split second for something crazy terrible to happen. That's all it takes. I've used an example like this before, and I'm going to use it again. I used it on a previous video, but I'm going to use it again. I was riding down the road, and I seen a place that was selling signs. I'm sure you guys heard me tell this story before. And I looked back to see if it really was the place that was selling signs. And I'm cruising down, and I look back. Next thing I know, I'm in the grass. I turn, look back ahead, and I'm in the grass. And I'm riding that grass thinking, oh crap, I'm going to go down here in the grass. But fortunately, I rode the grass for as long as I could. There was a driveway, hopped up on it, and got back off onto the road. Luckily, nothing else was coming and could have wiped me out when I got back up on the road. But I thought for sure I was going down that day. So anything can happen in a split second. That's all it takes. Roadkill, anything can come up on you. You guys know this. It's so quickly. And when you follow somebody too close, and they don't try to avoid the roadkill, and the roadkill's in the middle of the road, and they just go right over top of that roadkill, there you are, you're right on that roadkill. I mean, and that could take you down. That could just wipe you out, depending on how big the roadkill is. So you got to be very, aware of what's going on. We need to be very aware. I know most motorcycle accidents happen because somebody, didn't see us. But they also happen because we're not prepared. We're not ready to make a quick decision, and you have to be quick out there. Your head's got to be on a swivel. You got to be quick out there, and you got to know what's all around you. I was coming up to a light one day. Well, I stopped at a light, got the green light, and I was getting ready to take off, and here come a car, right on by. I know his light was totally red because my light was totally green. It's a good habit to get into. Even if the light turns green, to look like you're at a stop sign. I mean, I know you guys know this. And make sure that there's some idiots not flying through the red light or trying to catch that light because they're a few minutes late to something. So they take a risk of killing themselves or somebody else. So, yeah, anything can happen just in a split second. Roadkill on the road can kill. Roadkill can kill. It can kill you. I mean, depending on how big that roadkill is, it can kill you. Now, how I approach it, if I can't avoid roadkill or something in the road, how I approach it is, I don't slam on my brakes. Absolutely not. I throttle up. I go as fast as I can. Might come off my seat a little bit, and I go over it. I mean, that's my approach. That's the way I've done it in the past, and it works. If you slam on your brakes, whether it be your front brake, your back brake, or even both, sometimes the bike can lose control and you're going to go down. So my advice, for what it's worth, my opinion is, and what's worked for me is, if you see roadkill on the road, a board, whatever, best thing to do is throttle that thing up, man, and just roll out over top of it, because I think, in my opinion, that's the safest way to approach it. I mean, anything in the road can wipe you out. But yeah, it's just, we need to be very alert. Hundreds and hundreds of people, motorcyclists die, just, in a day across the country because, people not paying attention. People on their phones, people on iPads, people doing newspapers, people doing their laptop, people, just not paying attention, just not paying attention. It's amazing to me, even, when I'm on the highway on my motorcycle or in my truck, I'm doing 80 and people are blowing right by me. And it's just like, okay, I mean, drive as fast as you want, but man, I tell you what, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do or how to ride or how to drive or anything like that, but that's just crazy. I mean, how fast do you have to get somewhere? It's such a fast-paced life these days that everybody's in such a hurry that they're not paying attention to what's going on around them. And my advice too, for what it's worth, again, is make sure you have a toolkit in your motorcycle. Make sure you have a flashlight. Make sure your headlights are good. You guys know this. LED is the best way to go. I mean, I have my LED headlight, and I have my passing lights, whatever, that's what people call them. And I also, on my turn signal lights, they stay on all the time, of course, and they're clear, bright lights. So I have at least 5 lights on the front end, and that hopefully people can see me coming. Because, like I said earlier, it's always what they say. Well, I didn't see them. I didn't see them. I didn't see them. And we've been through this before, where people say, well, loud pipes save lives. Yeah. I'm going to say again on that one, I tend to disagree, because I know a lot of people that I've went by or cut me off or pulled in front of me. I have loud pipes, and they still don't hear you. They don't hear you until you're down the road. I think it's great that we have Motorcycle Awareness Month, but we should have Motorcycle Awareness Year or Motorcycle Awareness Summer, or whatever, because people really start riding, I would say, really start riding around May, depending on where you live in the country or where you live, period. But May's really that month where it's getting warm out, and a lot of people are getting their motorcycles out more and more and more and more and more. And I get that's why they picked, I assume that's why they picked May as Motorcycle Awareness Month, because that's the case. Most people are getting out. Now, some of us have been riding ever since, February. As soon as it starts getting, 70-degree day or 75-degree day or 65-degree day, we're out with our helmets out, whatever, helmets on, do whatever, we get out. So some of us have been out for a while. But really, when they really start coming out, bikers really start coming out is, in May. So I just want everybody to be safe. This is not a how-to or you should do this or you should do that video. I'm not like that. I don't tell anybody how to ride, what to ride, how to do anything. This is just my thoughts, how I feel about it, and what my 2 cents advice, opinion is. And take it for what it's worth, or take it or don't take it. It's up to you guys. But I just want us all to be safe, because I love riding my motorcycle, and I'm not going to stop even with a scare. I've known some people that's rode motorcycles for a long time and had just a close call, and they just put the motorcycle up and that's it. They're done. And much respect if that's the way you feel. If you get that scared, or if it hits you like that, and hey, I say don't get back on it. But I've had close calls, I've had accidents, and I just get back in the saddle. I mean, and that's another thing. It doesn't matter how many years you've been riding a motorcycle. It doesn't matter. I don't care who you are, how many years, how great you are at it. If you went to a riding class, if you didn't go to a riding class, anything can happen to anybody at any time. And it happens in a split second. And sometimes it doesn't matter how good you are, like I said, how many years you've been riding, it's just going to happen anyway, because that split second, that's what time you have to react. And that's, that's not much time. And that's when things can go really, really, really bad, really wrong, is in that split second. So we need to be aware of what's coming up down the road. We need to be looking down the road, not to the right, so much to the left. We got to look to the right, to the left. We got to be on a swivel. Let's just put it that way. But we need to see what's down the road. We need to see what's coming. We need to see what's in the road, have a clear view of what's in the road. And like I said before, do not tailgate. I'm just saying this because from my experience, and I've had this happen to me more than once, and that's my fault. But don't get so close to the car in front of you that you can't see that roadkill. Because I've hopped over roadkill. I've hit roadkill. And it don't smell good, and it's not a good thing to hit. It's just not a good thing to do. So do not tailgate. Keep, some distance so you can see what's coming up, see what's going on in front of you. Like I said, this is not me coming on here to tell you guys how to ride. I know you guys have been riding a long time. I know you know how to ride, and I understand that. These are just my thoughts, like I said earlier. These are just my thoughts and how, I feel about it, and things I've experienced and things I've seen people do. And I've seen some pretty bad motorcycle accidents, and I just want us all to be safe. Because like I said, it doesn't matter how long you've been in the saddle. I mean, it doesn't matter. Anything can happen to any of us. Some people, and I've heard guys say this, I've been riding for, 20 years or 25 years or 30 years or 40 years, whatever the case may be. I know what I'm doing. And I believe you do. I believe you 100% know what you're doing. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. There's always somebody out there doing something stupid that can take you out. They can hit you from behind. I've had people tailgate me so bad that I thought, man, they're going to just run up my ass. So it does not matter who you are, how long you've been riding, anything can happen in a split second that can take your life or hurt you very, very seriously and totally destroy your motorcycle. When a motorcycle goes down, there ain't nothing to protect it. You got some crash bars, that's it. That motorcycle, one little down on the ground, it's done. I understand we got insurance to pay for it. I get all that, but still, I don't want my motorcycle wiped out, and I especially don't want me wiped out on the road. Like I said, just my opinion, just a little advice, just a little what I see going on the road. And I noticed over the years, things have gotten worse. People have gotten worse. Driving habits have gotten worse. It's just flat out horrible out there. But I'm not trying to be a downer, because I want us all out riding. I want to go out and ride, and nothing's going to stop me, but we have to be careful. We have to be aware, and our head's got to be on swivel. Anyway, I appreciate every one of you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care now.